loving and the rate and the row of inches on the typical which for everyone comes to
We have a Jewish community up there. It's called
Oh, really?
Does it have water here? Water you want? Not those, none of that light crossing.
He convinced me.
I have a job for you. Can you hold this?
like the whole time.
For real.
Where's the stand? Michael Bolden. Rabbi, can you give me some chips? Chips? And now his stand.
I want some too.
That crappy
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight and being such a great inspiration. The Houston community grows spiritually every time we get together here to learn, and Torch is continually inspired by all of you coming here. Just a few quick announcements. Number one is that we want to remind everyone who would like to join us December 25th, otherwise known as Xmas Day. We are having an event here, a big event. We're having Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi joining us. 10 a.m. registration, 10:30 the lecture begins. Tickets are available online at the Torch website, torchweb.org. Additionally, we want to wish a refuah shalema to Mrs. Gruditsky. She's not feeling so well tonight, and we miss her here. Her presence is obviously, all of us know that she's not here because you realize that it's a bunch of guys putting things together. Also, you may notice that there have been some security updates to our center, and we want to thank Uncle Sam for his contribution. The federal government and Homeland Security gave us a grant to secure this location more. So you see we have the bollards in front, and we have the fencing along the side, which is going to second also as a deck. So we'll be able to go out there, and when it's nice weather, we can go sit out there. And we're looking forward to that project being completed. But in the meantime, you'll see that some areas are a little bit dirty. You'll have some ladders hanging around. That's because the construction team is still busy putting through the wires, through the roof, through the ceiling, and everything else. So thank you very much for your understanding. And our speaker tonight is a really special speaker. I want to thank him for always being an inspiration to anyone who knows him. And not only that he's such a great inspiration, he's also a great cook. And he just told me tonight that at his synagogue, the Maryland Minyan Synagogue, every morning, after morning services, after Shacharit, they have a full breakfast. So I just want everyone to know that if you want to get a good breakfast in the morning, You go to Maryland, meaning, so what time is Shabbos? 7 o'clock, followed by a delicious breakfast 6 days a week. All right? If that's not an incentive, what is? BF Shul. Either way, my dear friends, here's Michael Bolden.
I don't think I've ever used a microphone before, so I hope y'all excuse me. Also, I hope the content is better than my stage presence and not so much for speaking. So I just want to share something. It's a chiddush. Don't worry, rabbis, it's not mine. It's from someone else. It's one of my favorite rabbis.
I want to hear yours.
Actually, maybe I have to get the approval for it first before I say it in public. But it was by Eli Mansour. I did a little more research on the sources, and if I don't say a source, just assume that it comes from Rabbi Mansour. So I heard it recently, and I thought it especially resonated to what goes on here at Partners in Torah. That doesn't make me nervous at all. So it's actually on a very famous Gemara. It's in Masechet Shabbos. That it talks about when Moshe Rabbeinu ascended up to Shemayim to get the Torah, right? He says when he gets there, the angels came forward. They say, I think they actually said, Malilu Isha Beinenu, right? What are you doing here? You're born of a woman. You're a human being. This is not a place for human beings. It's a place for angels, right? And Moshe Rabbeinu tells them, I come to get the Torah. So the angels say, but he comes to get the Torah, impossible. It's just a person. They say, forget about it. Nothing doing. We're not giving it to him. Is it right so far, Rabbi? So they come to Hashem and they say, oh, what's this Enosh? What's this mortal that you're remembering? What's this Adam that you're recalling? Says the Maharal. Why did they use these words specifically? Why they call him Adam? They say because he's Adam. He's from Adamah. He's from the dirt. He's from the earthly realm. You know, he's nothing. Why don't you give him the Torah? The Torah is celestial. So Hashem says, give him an answer. Moshe Rabbeinu says, what do you mean give him an answer? The angels, they're breathing fire, you know, they'll burn me up. Hashem says, no. Grab a hold of my throne, give him an answer. So, let me turn my notes. I have notes here just in case I forget anything. So, so Moshe gives an answer. He says, well, what's this Torah say? He says, I'm God who brought you out the land of Egypt. He says, were you down in Egypt? What does it say? It's keep Shabbos. Do you have business that you need to refrain from? It says, don't steal. It says, what? Angels, you have business? So the angels say, you know what, Moshe, you're right. And they give him the Torah. So the simple explanation is that he said, look, the Torah has mitzvahs and they can only be done on earth. You angels, you can't do them, so give me the Torah. Sounds good. It's a nice explanation. But there's a few problems with it. One is that the angels had already said previously, no, we had the Torah for 974 generations before man was even created. And we also said that the Torah is celestial. So, I mean, they knew what was in the Torah. They had it all this time. So Moshe just comes and says, oh, name a few mitzvot. They say, okay, good, give it to him. It's nice. But there's other explanations that I've actually come to give. And one's the last finish. I'm going to say one for last, but I actually wanted to say there's another explanation that Ramonso actually gave in a previous year in another shiur. He says that what the angels were saying to Moshe Rabbeinu, they were saying, you know what? He says they weren't trying to keep the Torah from the Jewish people. They were specifically trying to keep it away from Moshe. Why? What do we call Moshe? We call Moshe, he's Moshe Rabbeinu. He says the angels were saying, no, the Torah, it's pure, it's holy. We're pure, we're holy. Moshe, you go back down. Go back down with the rest of the Jews. we'll come down and we'll teach the Torah. You won't be Moshe Rabbeinu, you'll just be Moshe. The angels will be like the ministers of education. We'll come down and we'll be the teachers. So what was Moshe's answers? He names all these mitzvahs. He says, do you have this? Do you have that? And they give it to him. He said that Moshe was telling them that, you know what? I understand that you're pure. I understand that you're holy. But there's one problem. When the teacher stands up in front of the students, if the teacher doesn't do what he says, nobody listens to him. He said, so you come down, teach the Torah, you stand up, you tell the people, don't commit adultery. They'll say, psh, what does he know? He's not married. They say, keep Shabbos. Easy for him to say. He doesn't lose money closing his business. So he says, Moshe was telling me, you know what? The Torah of Malachim is irrelevant to humans. And there's a proof of this. There's another chazal, another statement by the sages. What does it say? It says that in utero, a malach, an angel, comes and teaches every person the whole Torah. And what happens when you're born? You forget it. Because a malach's Torah is irrelevant to humans. So that's another explanation. But what I really heard from him this year that was more amazing, it was a real chiddush. I don't think I have to do it here, to really talk about what the word chiddush means, that it's to be mechadesh, to bring out new and novel things in the Torah, to bring, it's interesting, the Taz has a question about the bracha we say every time, you know, when the man's called up to Aliyah to the Torah, he says, Baruch atah Hashem, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'ahabanu mikol hamim, but nasan lanu, storto, Baruch atah Hashem, no saint haTorah. So the Taz says, wait a minute. Is it nasan lanu, he gave us the Torah? Or is it no saying, he gives the Torah? He says, guess what? It's both. Not only did Hashem give the Torah at Har Sinai, he gives the Torah presently, every day. He said there's an old Torah and there's a new Torah. Chas v'shalom, I'm saying there's a replacement for the Torah. But he said, know that there are the insights, the new insights are brought out every day from the Torah, right? And you can see it. I mean, examples, modern technology. What about, so you go to the chachamim, you go to the rabbis, you say, oh, what's the halakha about a microphone? You know, per shofar, Megillah. What do you think they had microphones when the Torah was written? No, he says, look, there's a Gemara. It says, a person's down in a bore, he's in a pit, and he hears the sound, echo the sound. It's the same like a microphone. You see a thing, maybe we talk about clinical death. Is it when his brain dies? Is it when his heart stops? Oh, there's a Gemara about that. The building falls, so his head, it's over the lower part of his body. Which one is he still alive? You know, all these things come out. There's one more example that I actually found. Let's see, I actually have to look down at my notes. I apologize. There's many examples, but these are just a few that I noticed. There's a microphone. There's also a clinical death. Oh, what about in vitro fertilization? Guess what? There's a Gemara about that too. So it talks about how the Navi, how Jeremiah was born. So, you know, you never go to the rabbis and say, oh, I have a question, and they open up the Torah and they say, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer. It's not there. No, everything's there. It's always there. So it's interesting that it's from the Divrei Kabbalah. It says that, let me rewind a minute. There's one more thing in the Gemara I want to mention before I say what the Kabbalah says. It says, at the end of this Gemara about Moshe going to heaven and getting the Torah, after the angels give it to him, it says, Alisa Lamaron, Shivisa Shevi, that he went up to the heights and he captured what had been held captive. What do you mean what has been held captive? What had been held captive? The Torah, Shevi. So comes the Divrei Kabbalah, and it says that Moshe Rabbeinu took the neshama of Shimon Bar Yochai. Nice, sounds good. Oh, that's cute, but what does it really mean? You look at the word Shevi, right? Shevi, base you, Shimon Bar Yochai. So, says Ramansu, what Moshe was doing, he was bringing a proof to the angels. What did Shimon Bar Yochai do? He wrote the Zohar. It goes even further. Look at it backwards. Shin Beis Yu Beis Shin. Who came after Bar Yochai and explained the Zohar? It was the Ari, Yitzchak ben Shlomo. And who came after the Ari and explained his words? It was the Baal Shem Tov. Yisrael, Baal Shem Tov. So, says Rav Mansour, that Moshe was bringing the proof to the angels. He says, you know what? You want to keep the Torah? Fine. But there's a difference between humans and angels. Angels, though they may be holy, though they may be pure, they're stagnant. They're like a person on a stationary bike. He pedals and pedals and pedals, and you look and he's still in the same place. You can't become a better angel. But human beings, they become better. And every time we conquer the Yetzer Hara, you see Hashem opens up the Torah to us. There was one that he said that whenever he was studying a hard part of Talmud he couldn't understand, he got up, he put a coin in the tzedakah box. He says, you do a mitzvah, you conquer your Yetzer Hara. Hashem opens up the Torah to you. So it says Moshe Rabbeinu was taking these proofs. You keep the Torah, but you know what? If you do, there'll never be a Shema Bar Yochai. There'll never be a Zohar. You know what? There'll never be an Ari. There'll never be Hasidus. There'll never be a Baal Shem Tov. Because that a person is able to grow. This is what gives him the power to be Mechadash. This is what makes him what he can make a Hiddush. A person can grow, he can grow Torah. So I just thought it was very relevant to partners in Torah. Because we all gather here. It could be any place else. Any place else. And what do we choose to do? We choose to come here and learn Torah. So, thank you for even listening.
Thank you, Michael. I just want to let everybody know that we're looking for others to be courageous and share their wisdom, just like Michael did tonight. And if anybody would like to take one of the coming weeks and speak to all of us here at 9 o'clock after the program ends, you're welcome to either approach me, one of the other Torch rabbis, or Mrs. Granitsky, and we will happily include you in the coming programs. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Drive safely, and don't forget to register for the December 25th event. Have a terrific, amazing evening.